Hello Jazza, thank you for your excellent video on the Cypriot situation. Hopefully by the time you watch this video, the authorities of the EU will have come to some late night decision. I'm recording this at 20 past midnight on Monday the 25th of March, and they were still in negotiations. They need to get these sorted today because they have to decide if they're going to fund the banks and open the banks to later on today on Monday, and what impact that will have on the markets. My general thought is that they can't go down the Cyprus is going to leave the euro route, because as you quite rightly said, that will be a bit of a disaster. For me, it'll be a disaster in a number of ways. Firstly, for the Cypriot people, who will obviously will have to leave the euro. There'll be the shock. The revised Cypriot pound would most probably then see a dramatic drop in value as they default on their loans, and that will lead to stagnation of the economy and to inflation as well. The next thing is that's going to then piss off the Russians, because all of their Russian deposits that they put in Cypriot banks will be then practically worthless, or will see their value significantly reduce. Again, if the banks default and there's a position where potentially savers won't be able to get all of their monies back. But I think the thing which will be even worse is the risk of contagion, and the risk that people will say, actually, it's happened in Cyprus, well, what about Greece? Why don't we push them out of the euro because they're such a bad position? Then it will go from Greece to Italy to Spain to Portugal, and it will keep on growing. There will be market panics. Everybody will be running around in a bit of a blind panic. And that to me is very much reminiscent of those of you who are old enough to remember Black Wednesday in 1992, when there was the run on the pound, and everybody just for a whole day ran round in blind panic. Interest rates went up from 10 to 15% in one day in the UK, and to me it feels a little bit like that again. Blind panic management of situations, and the markets will panic. So I think the only option that they will have is to bail Cyprus out, to have this haircut or buy-in or super tax or whatever it's been called on depositors. The IMF and the EU authorities will just have to bite their tongue and bail them out as well, and that will fix the short-term problem. But there'll be a much longer-term problem, which nobody's really yet addressing, which is actually, how do we make, if we want to keep the euro, how do we make the euro structurally sound so that these problems don't keep happening and happening and happening again? And that's really about looking to say, well, actually, are we going to be brave enough to have a common tax and fiscal policies, so that and their ego, as we said, common spending policies, so that everybody across the eurozone will be following the same taxation and spending rules and criteria? Or are we going to go for some other option, potentially an orderly breakup and split up of the euro? I think there's so many questions at this point, at this late hour, so few answers.